Hey YouTube, starting the season off here. It is March 13th. I got pre-emergent down earlier in the year. I used the Bear Spectacle G. And as you can see, I mean, it does a good job with weeds. I don't really get any weeds. But this year, I'm gonna be doing something a little different, and I thought I would just film a sort of a season opening video so you guys can see what's going on. I have started my scalp process. I'm using just a riding mower. It's a Craftsman Pro Series, just 42-inch deck riding mower. Not the best thing in the world to scalp with, but it's what I do. I have systematically just went down little bit by little bit. I still have a few more passes to make. I go down about 1 click or 2 clicks on the mower and mow the yard, and then go another pass and mow the yard. You could do it all at once, but I do it in phases just because it's a lot easier to get it all up and get it into the bagger. My mower has a bagger on it here. And here's the challenge with my yard. Well, in fact, right back there. So you can see there's one spot I've already scalped to the dirt, and other spots in the yard still need more passes. So the net of that is my yard is very uneven. In fact, we have Google Fiber has come in and laid cable in this year. Let me zoom in, and you can even see there's a high spot. There's another one right out there. You can see where they had to dig in the yard, and then they put the stuff back down. So that's high, big time. So I'm gonna have to sort of pull that up and flatten out the grass under the ground under it and put it back down. But we will be going through over the next few weeks a process of leveling this yard. So the plan right now is we will, I'm bringing in one of my friends who's helped with things here before. He's a landscaper here in town, and that's Sagebrook Landscaping here in Charlotte. They are going to bring in some leveling mix and some spreading, some equipment to spread and then roll the yard. But we've got some definite high spots out here, and then down here it really, excuse me, let me get my hand out of the way, it really starts to tail off and drop off. Driving up and down through that area is pretty severely bumpy. At one point I had 2 trees here in the front yard that over time, nature itself took them down, and I got rid of them, and those areas have been bumpy. So this year we're going to put some time into actually leveling it. So just a little bit of a kickoff here. I'm going to scalp some more, and then I will add on here at the end of the video with sort of the way the yard will look. It'll be completely bare in some areas and not so bare in most of the areas, but I'm gonna try to get down as low as I can. You can see it's already started to wake up. There's green in here, and so I'm just gonna try to get as much of the thatch out, and then the plan will be to come in and top dress it, roll it, wet it really good. The plan is we're gonna saturate it and then use that roller to really sort of flatten out the high spots and build up the low spots. And then I'll probably stay off of it for about a month, other than maybe throwing down some fertilizer near the end of that time and watering it in. But I figure it'd be good. Admittedly, I'm no pro at this. This is just me researching and seeing people doing it, and then looking at it and saying I'm going to do it myself, or in this case I'm going to do it, but I'm going to have to hire somebody to help, because it's that kind of equipment and renting a roller and things like that is a little more than I want to tackle on my own. But I thought it'd be interesting to film it and give you guys some views as to how things are going. So I'll get some more for you here as I scalp this down further. Talk to you guys soon. Hey everyone, I wanted to just take a pause here. I am down to about that level on my mower, so I still have two more notches I can go down. I did a deck leveling on it, and 2 is 2 inches directly off of the ground. So I don't keep my yard as low as a lot of people do with Zoysia, but I just want to give you, during season I usually mow about 2.5 inches or so. I let mine be a little longer, but when I scalp I have to get down. I want to give you guys an example of what I was talking about, why I go down little bit by little bit, and why I don't do it all at once. I have done it all at once, and it is a mess. I have to change the bagger every few stripes of the yard. But what I ran into is, you can see areas here, because my yard is so uneven right now, and that's why we're going to do this work. But you can see areas where I'm already hitting dirt there, right? I'm already hitting dirt here. You can see these spots where I'm already down, right? So taking it phase by phase, even like on these stripes here, If you zoom in, you'll see that there's some spots where the dirt's already showing, right? I'm already there. So while I can probably still hit that one more time, when I get down to something like this that's already at the dirt level, you know, there's not really a need for me to be, let me get you a good shot. So right in there, right? There's not a need to really cut that any lower, right? So going stripe by stripe, making multiple passes and then lowering the deck down slowly as these spots pop up, it gives me an opportunity to say, okay, when I come to that one next time, I'm just gonna go around it. And another thing is, I've been going the same way here. Now that I'm dropping down, I'm probably gonna start going across the yard and maybe mow in a different direction. At least I may do that at the end after I've got it all, you know, down to one height. And you got to be a little careful when you do that, because, you know, as you do that, it might be good to raise your deck back up and just sort of run over it to try to suck up anything that's loose, because if you keep it low, you're now going at a different angle. And, you know, if you're like me and you're using a rider on a not so even surface, your scalping wheels and things will hit different high spots, and you can get yourself into you know, a position to where you're scalping areas that weren't scalped before. But anyway, I know this is sort of long-winded, but this is where I'm at right now. I'm gonna make a couple more passes over the yard to get it down as low as possible, and then we'll sort of call it ready for just leaving it alone and letting the green come up. All right, everyone. This is about as low as I'm gonna be able to go safely. I'm down to the bottom setting on my mower, which is actually listed as low, as you can see. So that's down there. I mean, that's, you know, 2 and then down to what should be 1 and then below. So, and as you can tell, there are areas where it is scalped completely to the dirt, like that. There's areas out in the yard, as you can tell, that are down to the dirt, and there's some other areas where it's a little bit, you know, further up. This helps us as we come in now to start doing this leveling project. You can see in the yard. I mean, if you just look at it, you'll see, you know, even on video here, you can tell where there are low spots and where there's a crown right there. And so that's what we're going to be working on now. Running into a little bit of a problem renting the roller that I just found out about today, but we're going to find that and get that taken care of. But next videos will probably be next week. I did this because we're getting ready to get a few days of rain, not real heavy rain, but good enough that it should saturate this, and then I'm going to hit it really hard with the sprinklers and make sure that this is good and saturated when we put the dirt out and roll it, so that the soil can, you know, be manipulated a little better. But yeah, this is about as low as I go with a scalp. Now, I will say this, in previous years, if you look, my mower has, you know, scalping wheels on them, right? Anti-scalp wheels, which most, let me try this. Most of your riding mowers, you know, pretty much all of them have this. What I've done in the past, that's a 1 notch down from its highest, you know, setting, which is where I tend to keep mine when I'm mowing. But in the past, I've actually taken that up to the highest setting. And theoretically, you could even, if you're using a rider, you could take that off and then just sort of, you know, use your own driving and everything to control it if you want to get it lower. But to me, I mean, this to me is plenty low enough. You know, it's not got every bit of the white up, but I know I've seen people do it all the way to the dirt. Mine, unfortunately, you know, this is as good as I'm going to get. But this is what I have done in previous years, and it does really well for me. So anyway, just sharing what's going on at my place and how the yard's coming. And I'll get you guys some videos next week as we start to do some leveling here. Take care.